thank you. Oh, you're so kind. Thank you.
Sure, here we go.
I was so afraid I was going to miss it. I meant to have gone up this morning, but then, of course, the morning train would have been crowded. What with the Derby?
You wouldn't happen to know which horse won?
The Derby? Oh, let me think. I've been so upset with this dreadful business.
Maybe Juju. Jujube the second.
I don't think it was Juju. They said he hadn't a chance.
My computer says he does. I programmed all the variables, the jockey, the horse, the track conditions, everything, and each time it came up the same Juju. I'm sorry. I do get a little carried away. Probably don't even know what I'm talking about.
You make it sound so exciting. But I'm sure an old muddlehead like me couldn't begin to grasp anything about computers.
Oh, sure you could. You see, it's only a question of probabilities. Now look, imagine you have a jigsaw puzzle, only some of the pieces are missing. All right? You take the pieces you have and you feed them into the computer, remembering that the pieces are numbers, and then the computer will tell you what the missing pieces probably look like.
Oh, then it isn't a matter of absolute certainty?
If it were, I'd be rich.
I'm sure you do very nicely with your winnings.
Oh, the Derby. No, you see, I did that just for fun. I'm a researcher at MIT near Boston. I'm Luke Williams, by the way.
And I'm Lavinia Fullerton. I gather you're on holiday?
Yes. This is my first tour of Europe, and I am beginning to see what it is I have been missing.
Ah, you could develop other passions then.
Yeah.
Just as well, perhaps. You know, Alexander Pope says, one master passion in the breast, like Aaron's serpent, swallows up the rest.
Essay on Man, Epistle 1.
Epistle 2. It's hard being alone, I know. Of course, I do have Wonky Pooh. My cat, you see. Beautiful. But he's had such a painful ear lately. And he was missing this morning. I simply couldn't leave until he was found. And why are we stopping? I'm so late as it is.
Well, I don't see anything.
Dear. Well, I can only hope they don't keep usual office hours at Scotland Yard.
Scotland Yard.
Oh, I'm sure it's safe to tell you. You see, our constable at Wychwood is used to dealing with traffic problems and even with dogs who foul the footways. But I feel certain he is just not the man to deal with, well, with murder.
Murder?
Oh, yes. After the third time, one knows.
3 murders?
At least 3 that I know of. It's the look, you see. That terrible mad look on a killer's face before striking. I saw it first with Major Horton's wife, and she died. And then there was Harry Carter and Tommy Pierce. And I feel certain that Dr. Humbleby will be next. And the terrible thing is that if I told him, he wouldn't believe me. Nor would our constable. But at Scotland Yard.
Now, you're sure I can't help you find a cab just to get into London?
No, thank you. It's quite all right. Oh, look, that's your horse.
Oh, wait till Jimmy sees that.
Well, I must be off. It's such a pleasure. Thank you.
Pardon me, Miss Fullerton.
Oh, Professor Williams, it's enough to know that you actually wrote it. I couldn't think of taking it from you.
Please. It's dedicated to my Aunt Mary, and she never even saw it.
In that case, I shall treasure it.
Miss Fullerton, about this murder business.
You know, at first I feared you didn't believe me.
Well, think of it in terms of probabilities. Now, it'd be pretty tough for someone to try and get away with all those murders.
Oh, forgive me, Professor, but that's where you're in error. You see, the person in question is just the last person anyone would suspect. And so long as no one suspects you, murder is easy.
Welcome to London.
Jimmy, how are you? Did you see those Derby results?
Did I see them? I already have a computer lined up so that you can pick me out a winner during the Ascot meeting.
No, not me. No, this is my first vacation in years. I have no intention of sitting in a computer room and doing the same thing.
Just overlook this one, because,
My curiosity.
I'm sorry your Miss Fullerton got herself applied to the pavement like that. And I really do think it's terribly decent of you to want to go to the funeral, but I have lined up a couple of absolute beauties. One's got a yacht. And I thought, as you're no longer involved with Nancy...
Yeah, but Jimmy, do you know why I am no longer involved with Nancy? Because Nancy said to me I was more involved with my theories than I was with her, and a number of other ladies have said the same thing.
That's why you want to go to the funeral?
It's just that this lady got through to me, and I'm very curious about Dr. Humbleby. Jimmy, look, a lady is going to Scotland Yard. She is going to identify a murderer, and then she is killed. Now, that defies the theory of probability.
Luke, you can't believe her story. This country is teeming with these dotty old ears full of direst imaginings. They're a type. Stout shoes, capacious handbag. Getting warm? Probably had a budgerigar as well, or a cat.
Wonky poo. I rest my case.
Oh, all right, I'll take you to your funeral at Wychwood then, but I shall definitely expect you to come up with the Gold Cup winner at the Royal Ascot for me.
The beginning and the end. I will give unto him that is athirst to the fountain of the water of life freely. He that overcometh shall inherit all things. And I will be his God, and he shall be my son. And so, the time has come for us to say our last goodbye to our dear friend, Lavinia Fullerton. And indeed, you have all been good friends to her. Mr. Abbott, who served her well as a legal advisor for many years. Major Horton, and you are remembering today, I know, how faithfully Miss Fullerton attended your wife in her last illness.